This woman was a bit strange. Her ex-boyfriend was black, and the one before him was also black. Her current boyfriend, unsurprisingly, was also black. She always told each of her boyfriends, "You're my first black boyfriend." One day, she invited Mamba to her home to meet her parents. Mamba felt a bit nervous, worried that her parents might dislike him because he was black, but she reassured him that her family wasn't prejudiced. Skeptical, but trusting, Mamba agreed. Her home was in a remote area, but it was large, with a gardener and a housemaid. As soon as they got out of the car, her parents came out to greet them. Sure enough, they didn't show any prejudice toward Mamba. On the contrary, they were unusually warm from the very first meeting. The father showed Mamba around, and they arrived at the kitchen, where he noticed a black housemaid whose smile was strangely unsettling. This reminded him of the black gardener, who had also been staring at him in an eerie way, making him feel uneasy. Even stranger, his girlfriend's parents were unusually warm toward him, and seemed to be watching his every move. When she applied eyeshadow, her father immediately noticed. He mentioned that her mother was a hypnotist who could help him quit smoking through hypnosis. Mamba politely refused. They then invited him to a party the next day. The housemaid, who was pouring water, seemed to notice something, and the mother quickly sent her away. That evening, during dinner, when the brother asked Mamba whether he worked out, everyone listened intently. Mamba felt tense and remained silent. Later, he couldn't sleep, still puzzled by the day's events. He went out into the yard, and even stranger things happened. The gardener suddenly sprinted past him, making a sharp turn and disappearing. Mamba exhaled in relief, then quickly turned to go back inside. When he opened the door, the girlfriend's mother was sitting in a chair watching him. She asked him to sit and talk. She talked about hypnosis, explaining it as focusing on a certain point to guide someone into a highly suggestible state. Mamba didn't understand. She then asked him about his most painful memories. While asking, she repeatedly tapped the spoon against a cup. Mamba, strangely obedient, began to recount all his painful memories, even starting to cry. He realized he couldn't move, but the mother remained indifferent, continuing her questioning. He felt like he was sinking into an endless abyss, and the world around him seemed to drift further away. Suddenly, Mamba sat up. It had all been a dream. The lights were on, and he saw the gardener in the yard. He greeted him, and the gardener replied, "Sorry, I was out jogging last night. Hope I didn't scare you." Mamba was confused. Wasn't that all a dream?